Ma'am, I'm recording this for my protection.
Okay, not a problem. My left side's usually my better side.
Okay, great. That's beautiful. That's so gorgeous. You the nicest person here. You should be the chief of police.
Oh, no, I don't want to be the chief of police.
Oh, no. I wish you was.
No. How's your day going?
Oh, it's going great. Other than a few PTSD problems, I'm straight.
How is the traffic?
It was horrible.
I know, isn't Tampa traffic terrible?
It's crazy.
But you know what? I'd rather have this traffic than the snow and the ice.
Oh, wow, me
Right?
too. Me too. Black ice, I don't like it. It causes too many
No, you have
accidents.
to be careful.
Yeah,
The snow and the ice can be treacherous. We're going to
You're
take a right here.
Okay.
And this is, I have the video for you.
How you doing? Great.
Hi, Mr.
What's up, Mr. Drummond?
How you doing,
My
guys?
name's, can I shake, oh, I'll shake
Yeah.
your left hand. Look like
You all right?
Yeah, it comes and goes on me. It's a nerve injury.
Oh, that's not good.
Sir, I told her I'm recording this just for my
That's fine,
Do you
protection.
want the door open or closed, or it doesn't
Put it on
matter?
YouTube, I don't care.
I don't know nothing about YouTube.
You're gonna have to spin around this way so you can see the video.
Oh, let me see what's going
Okay, so I'll play the video in its entirety.
on. Okay, great,
All right?
great,
You'll
great.
see, at first you don't hear noise. And
Okay,
if you want a copy, I can get you a copy, no big deal.
okay, great.
Right? You don't hear noise because it takes about a minute for the microphone to kick on.
Okay, great, great, great.
Driver's license, registration, proof of insurance, please. I see somebody else doing it, so I thought it was okay.
Okay, that's the part I'm saying where you looked in front. Okay, I see.
Yeah, he didn't jump though, just got a better advantage for it.
All right. I was a little nervous at the time, so I really didn't recognize how he did it.
Okay. Just don't dig around in between seats. The good guy. I get it, but now when the police are talking to you, that's not what we want to see. We're back to the. Yeah, this is a parking violation. Oh, I didn't, because I see other people this far, that's why I didn't really go off. I barely come to the airport. I barely come to the airport. Yeah, I mean, I don't. We allow people to park the short-term parking for 1 hour for free for that, so you don't do that. Okay, I saw so many people doing it. I know, but you see people driving 90 miles an hour in the speed limit. But if you look at. Would you do that? No, I wouldn't. Okay, that's still the same thing, you can't do it just because other people do it. But if you look at my record, I'm not gonna write you a ticket, and I have to go back and put your information into the computer. But you can't do that, it's illegal. Yeah, I'm explaining it to you, I'll be right back with you, okay? Michael? Yes, sir. You're all set? There's your information. Make sure you're wearing your seatbelt and don't park here. I promise I'll never do it again. Short-term parking allows you to park there for 1 hour for free, or we also have a cell phone lot out by the post office, and that's what you can use until people call you to come out. Okay? Thanks. I really didn't realize the gun in the bag. I'm sitting here with all this stuff going on. I'm sorry. Thank you for being patient. You're okay. Thank you. Yep, good. Some people would definitely probably raise their suspicions more. Right. I'm just glad you just don't want to put yourself in that position, okay? I was just glad you didn't want to calm because I never seen so many people get shot. Yeah, well, I'm not saying that someone would have shot you, but it makes some people very nervous. So thank you, sir. You don't want to do that. Thank you. All right, have a good day. Be careful marching back into the plane, okay, when you make sure it's clear.
Okay, looking at it for the second time, okay, he didn't absolutely jerk, but you heard me mention the gun at the end of it, and that was one of the reasons why, I was, like being polite, nice,
What
and
gun were you referring to? His gun?
his gun, because I've seen where people, they get shot reaching. They make movies
Some people do.
reaching, so.
Lando Castillo, horrible thing. Officer should be in jail.
Right, and okay, I'm surprised you said so.
Why? Guy that shot Laquan McDonald, he's going to jail. That's probably where he should be too. Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting a different impression of you by you saying that. Okay, well, okay,
I'm a fair man, Mr. Crumley. I'm a fair man.
okay, I understand that, but okay, only thing I'm saying is, Captain Uno, I guess she don't really say much. She just more like listen, but she seemed like she's a very nice lady.
You want to step on my toes?
Okay, and I'm getting a little different impression of you right now.
Like you wouldn't step on the first sergeant's toes, right? You were sergeant first class, right?
Right. Well, I wouldn't be in his office.
Yeah.
Okay,
What was
but
your MOS?
13 Bravo Field Artillery.
Okay, red legs. All right, that was air
Right.
defense.
Until I got put on desk duty,
Yeah.
for just getting my brachial plexus out of whack. But I guess the only thing, and that's really not necessary, that note right there. But what I'm saying, I guess,
That's your complaint. It's just there.
right. But I guess what I was trying to get out is that, honestly, I came out to the airport before. Only reason that disturbed me just a little bit, if I had never saw anyone, get a warning or the officer for something like that, I've seen people park at that certain location or a different location just on a different part of the airport. If I had never seen officers just get out and just fan them away or they'll beep that siren or something, give them a hint that you need to move, I wouldn't be thinking that that's what would happen to me.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. You're not here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right, of course not. And what if somebody sees something like that? Not saying that they should be one way or a different way or whatever the case might be, because everybody appreciate breaks.
Yep, I'm sure you did.
Right, of course I did. You know, I appreciate the officer for maintaining restraint. I mentioned the firearm because I reached, my cell phone's about to fall between the seats, and I jerked.
Right.
So
But you appreciate our concern when it happens, right?
right, and I appreciate that, and it shows that you instill in your officers to maintain restraint. Don't just get trigger happy,
Just have
because
respect, to respect everybody.
right. Like I say, I'm getting a different impression of you.
Well, you haven't called me an a-hole yet.
No.
You want to apologize for that, maybe?
Look, I'm sorry. Okay,
Appreciate that.
I appreciate you just you being the way you are.
All right.
So, I guess what I would like to see happen, so none of this ever is a misunderstanding again for anybody. Because anybody could see officers giving somebody a break. And you did mention to me on the phone that 46 whites got a break.
And it's in line with the population.
Right.
There's more Caucasians, so more Caucasians are going to get breaks. There's about 13% African Americans, so about 13% got
Right.
breaks.
Now, let me ask you this right here. If another black person was in here and they heard the same thing, they would be a little curious too. It's been
Heard what?
like 46 whites get.
Yeah, but it's just sheer numbers. So that's what I'm trying to tell you, Mr. Crumby. It's sheer numbers. There's more Caucasians here in America, right?
Right. But it's been more than 15
Right.
blacks that done got stopped out here at the airport.
Well, I don't know that. Offhand, I don't know that. I don't
And
know.
that
we turn our racial profiling data to the state every year.
Okay, and I'm just saying, if it was somebody else other than me up in here, they'll be concerned too. They'll be,
know.
just from their point of view, they will be like, it's been more,
I don't know. All I know about your concern.
right, blacks getting stopped. I'm sure you ain't just stopped, and that's just one officer. It's been more people getting stopped by other
Yeah, I
officers.
got black officers too. I got Asian, got Hispanic.
Right,
got
I
black.
just saw one in the hallway,
Yeah.
had a lady in here for smelling alcohol on the breath. But to keep the wrong impression down, and I'm not trying to tell you how to change your policy. I'm sure these policies was created before I was born. But
It's always evolving. It's always evolving.
right, but just to keep the confusion down. I mean, I've never seen somebody get their license, registration, and insurance pulled over a parking ticket. I just ain't. I'm
Some
sorry.
people do, some people don't.
All I've ever seen is you get a simple ticket, or you get your car towed for being in front of a fire hydrant or a school zone or a disabled parking where you shouldn't have been. And they don't wait there to say, no, I got to make sure I know who this person is. I'm going to check his license, registration.
No, but the traffic code provides that you can either issue it to the car, or if the person's there, you give it to the person. That's the traffic code provides that.
Right.
Okay.
But in all cases, being stationed in Germany or anywhere overseas, or being anywhere in the United States, anybody I've ever seen, even if I'm in the car with a friend, I've never seen the officer or parking authority ask them for their license, registration, insurance over a parking. And I'm 47, over a parking
I've
violation.
seen it and I haven't seen it. It's been both. It just depends.
Right.
It depends.
But I talked to my federal attorney and a few city cops.
But so let me address that, right? So unless she heard our side, right, then what she really says is immaterial, because she's just hearing one side. Like if I went to her and told her my side of the story, she may think you're the biggest criminal since who knows when, since Ted Bundy, right?
Right.
So it's not fair for you to say, well, you talked to her and you gave her your side of the story, so you get to hear our side of the story. That's what I'm saying. It's not fair.
Well, I basically just told her that I got my license and registration pulled over a parking violation, which was true.
Maybe she saw the video, right? Because remember, you had a different perspective of what you thought Officer Sparks did until you saw the video here.
Right,
Like,
but
oh,
wasn't it was
different, I remember.
all this. But what I'm saying, all this started over a parking violation, right?
Sure, a dangerous parking violation. That's not a parking violation. You're in a very dangerous spot.
Well,
It was. Come on, Mr. Crummett.
in that immediate area right there, you say it was signs posted that you can't park in that.
I'll show you. It's the, here you go. So, see right there?
Right.
Once you have the solid lines, you can't cross them. Okay? And so, then right here, what your car is blocking, let me get you out here so you can see it. See right there? That makes that visible. Because now he can't see it. So someone coming up, they may think you're moving and run right in the back of you. It's a very dangerous spot to be in.
Okay, I didn't really know it, understand it like that,
Sure.
but you know, you just see other people. You really don't. I mean, if it was a sign saying I couldn't park there, I know I
Well,
wouldn't have parked there.
Okay, yeah, but the solid lines means you can't cross it. Right? We all know that. Once there's a solid line on the road, you can't cross it.
Right. But
It's there for safety. Not there to bother people.
It's a traffic channelization designed for one lane to go this way and one lane to go to another side. And what it's designed not to do is have somebody cross through there once people are committed. And once somebody sits there, it's in a solid lane area.
But you don't think the 46? I mean, this is just one officer.
No, I'm telling you, this is one officer. These are warnings. This is on all the police pulled over. These are warnings he's issued, right? These are warnings that issued. So he's issued warnings, and for any number of things. Some days they're in a car. Some days they're walking around the terminal. He only gives them. Let me make sure. Not every day he's in a car, right? Some days he's assigned to walking in the terminal. Some days he's assigned to a car, right? But it's the numbers are pretty reflective of the population. Now, if he had 15 Caucasians he wrote tickets to and 46 blacks, I'd say, well, there might be a problem there.
Right, and I was telling you about the
Might be a
officer.
problem there, but that's not the way it is.
Right, and I was mentioning to you about the officer last week. If the officers go up to a car and he said, what, the officer don't know you. So you could have murdered somebody and took their car. But if you go up to a car with that thinking ability, that might make you want to run their license because you don't know.
That's your opinion, but we can't go to everywhere we go and assume, people are going to hand us teddy bears, right? We can't. We've got to assume that we may have to defend ourselves.
Right,
We just have to. If we don't, and someone gets a drop on us, it's over. There's a video just the other day, I don't know if you saw it, where the guy was walking away, turned around and fired a gun at the cop. Lucky the cop was able to knock the gun away.
Well, that makes us all look bad when people do stupid.
Yeah.
But those are usually criminals just really knowing they dirty.
But we don't. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are right now, Miss Crumity. I
Right,
haven't run
but
your
when
criminal history. I don't know who you are.
Right, but when you looked at the video, it didn't look like I was trying to hurt the officer.
No,
Let me interject for a second. He got called to go to you.
Okay.
He turns on that video ahead of time. That's why you have so much lead in that video. He doesn't know who you are. He doesn't know if you're African American. He doesn't know if you're white. He knows he's going to a call for service. That's why his camera's activated early.
Okay, but when you notice that it wasn't a crime and the officer got a little comfortable or whatever, and we had a little
Yeah,
conversation.
you told me you appreciate how calm he was.
Right.
I heard that.
He asked, what I still don't get is, but if you're feeling secure and you still want my license and registration and insurance, no crime involved, no speeding ticket, just waiting for someone.
I explained it. I explained earlier, right? So now you're detained. Okay, he's got your driver's license, insurance, right? And before he lets you go again, he's got to make sure that you have your driver's license suspended. The only way he can do that is by putting it in the computer.
Okay, so you're saying that the officer cannot know if your license is suspended.
Unless he puts it in the computer. Yeah.
So the tag won't tell him that.
No, absolutely not.
The
No.
tag just comes back to you
Yeah,
and your
to the
car's
car.
information.
Yeah, tag and they're two different databases. Right. And the other thing is, like I tried to explain to you earlier, is that if he'd come back and you had a whole host of tickets, well, he may not have been so lenient on you, right? So you go back and say, this guy's got a good driving record. I'm not going to ruin his driving record for something this small.
Okay, so he
Here's your
can't.
written warning, and see you later.
Right, so you're saying that he cannot tell if I have parking tickets, speeding tickets, or my license is suspended unless he looks at my license physically. Check them out.
No, unless you enter in the computer. I can look at your license. It doesn't tell me anything until I put it. I don't know it's a valid license. You can hand me a license. I don't know that license is valid until I put it in the computer and run it.
And the tag won't tell you if you.
No, absolutely not. The tag just tells me the car is registered.
Okay, now that's starting to make a little sense to me. Okay, okay, because what threw me off is that parking authority, they just put a ticket on your car, or they have your car
Right, but
towed.
they don't have the authority to write tickets to to arrest people, to write driver's license. They don't have that authority. All they have the authority is for non-moving violations.
Okay, so why
They're
do
not police
officers go the extra mile other than the parking authority? Why do they go the extra mile?
I told you for several reasons. Number one, to check your driving record, right? See what your history's like. You got a good history, they may not write you a ticket. If you got a bad history, they may write you one, right? To make sure your license is valid, right?
Okay.
Want to make sure your license is valid before we let you drive off, because if it wasn't valid, you went off the curb and ran over somebody, guess what? We're in trouble, right? And to check you, there's no doubt about that, right? To check because let's say this is not you, this is Joe Schmo, right? And he didn't check him, right? And Joe Schmo runs off, and Joe Schmo was a murderer, and we had him in custody, and we didn't do anything, right? So we have some due diligence that we have to do. We have to do due diligence, regardless of what color, sex, religion, gender preference. It don't matter to us. I don't care. I don't care.
Okay, now I understand all that. I'm fair. I really understand
That's
what
all
you're
I'm
saying.
asking, if you be fair
But
with me.
I'm asking you to be fair on this situation
absolutely
right here,
am.
and that is, I mean, think about it. If you, this is one officer giving 46 breaks, and you don't know who's looking at what's going on at the airport, and that's just, I don't know how many officers work here.
69.
Right, and I'm sure God, as my witness, know that it's been more black folks. Just listen to me. That's done got stopped as well.
No, I'm not buying that. Now I'm not buying that. But here at the airport, and especially if I don't see the data. That
No, I
shows
think
that,
it's more.
yeah.
I think it's
I
more
think-
than 15
No,
black
no,
folks
no.
that ever got. You said it was 15 black folks that got.
From this officer alone, for the past year, he issued warnings, 76 warnings that he issued. Okay, 76 warnings. 46 to Caucasians, 15 to blacks, 10 to Hispanics, 3 to Asians, 0 to others that you don't know what they are.
Oh,
Okay, but you're bogged down on that number for no reason.
oh, I might have to. Hello. 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 Can you get reception in this building?
Yeah.
Hello? I have to go, guys. But listen, I understand. But at least try to make sure everybody see the same thing.
That's all I'm asking of you. Everybody doesn't have to be treated the same in order for people to be treated the same.
Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Hello? Hello? Yes, who is calling? Okay, who are you? And you got a call from this number?
Oh, it's a scam, man. That's a scam. Hang up on them. I know exactly what they're doing, Mr. I'd hang up. That's a scam. That's what they do.
Oh.
They clone somebody's number. Yep.
Thanks for telling me.
Yeah.
Okay,
They clone somebody's number, then you call and they ask you a question, you say the right answer, they're like, that's a scam.
okay, right, because she said I called her 5 minutes ago,
Yeah.
and I've been in here with you all.
Right. Somebody clones your number and they call somebody else, yeah.
Oh, thanks for telling me, man. You helped me out today. But listen, the only thing I'm saying, the detective, Captain Uno,
Chief
okay,
Vasquez, VAZQUEZ.
okay, I don't even know. But what I'm saying is, if everyone can see the same thing, I understand now why he asked me for my license. Okay, there's no way he's a psychic and he can tell
Correct.
whether or not I have a suspended license
Correct.
or whatever the case might be.
Correct.
And he's a little bit more promoted than a parking authority. Okay,
Yeah, he retired from a 20-plus year career in Flint, Michigan.
right.
He's a very experienced police officer.
And I, looking at this
Clint.
a second time, I know he's a nice guy. He
That's what
wasn't
you're saying that.
right. He wasn't aggressive.
No.
I mean, he wasn't trigger happy.
Right? No?
So I know a lot of black folks, Hispanic folks, or whoever they are, would love to have somebody like that stopping them. At least if they jerk or something like I did. I jerked a couple times. He don't know if I'm a criminal
No?
or what. He could have pulled out that firearm.
Right? And you know what? If you watch the video, his hand never went through his gun.
No.
He just went to go get a better badge.
Right. And I respect that. You know, because I.
Well, I appreciate you saying that.
Right,
Thanks a lot.
I respect it. You can let him know. I really think he's a great officer. I think he
Thank you.
uses restraint. How long he's been on the force?
He's been here about 2 years, 2.5 years, but he did over 20 in Flint, Michigan. Retired from Flint, Michigan. So he was a
Okay,
city cop.
and Michigan is a pretty kind of some areas are pretty
Flint,
rough.
Michigan? Yeah.
Right, some
The water's not good.
and for him to maintain restraint like that, I respect that because a lot of people would love for somebody like that to stop them, than somebody who's trigger happy or aggressive.
No, I don't want to get stopped any trigger happy. And like I say, I got stopped and got a written warning in December, and I got my trailer searched, and I'm a chief of police and the guy knew it. What do I do, man? You know,
Okay,
just-
okay. Well, it can happen to the best of us. That,
And I
but
wasn't even speeding.
right. So I think the officer is a great officer. You know, I think he's one of the officers. One of the officers that we would love to have stop
Well,
us.
I tell you, Mr. Crummy, I think all my officers are great officers.
Right, I don't know them.
But
I don't know,
I just
but
want you to trust me.
Right.
I'm very proud of my officers.
but I appreciate him for doing that.
Right?
You know, because my daughter get to see me, my
Yeah.
fiance.
And I've been nothing but completely transparent. I invited you to come into my station and look at this video.
Yes, you did. So
I even let you record it.
right, and
You're recording me right now, right?
right,
You
and
gonna
Miss
put me on-
Uno.
You gonna put me on YouTube with the other videos?
How did you know?
Just
No.
don't talk about the gerbils like you did the other guy.
No. But when you look back at the whole thing, I'm glad we had this conversation because I can see where the officer could have been differently with it. He has a badge and a gun. Officers done seen a lot of crazy stuff in the world, and they do get nervous.
Yep. There's some officers that made mistakes. I'm not gonna lie to you. The guy in South Carolina.
Right.
Horrible.
So-
And the I want you to know. I don't want you to make any mistake. Right. I want you to understand this without certain. When that stuff happens, and we with the stars on our shoulders don't do something, we're the problem, not the officer. Okay. And I'm not gonna be the problem. I love this profession too much. I love it too much to let something bad go on that I don't take the proper action for. I love it too much. Love it too much.
Like I
love
say,
my
I'm getting
country, I love it too much.
right. Like I say, I'm getting a different impression of you. Is it you that instill in your officers to maintain restraint when
Absolutely,
it comes to their
that's part of our training.
firearm?
All of us.
Yes, it's all
All
part
of
of our
us.
training. Yep.
So you let you the one that tells them not to really pull out your firearm over stupid stuff, or
Yeah, we go through training. We have high liability training every quarter. We do all our training. We learn different things like that. We do de-escalation training. Like I said, this guy is very experienced. Did 20 plus
Okay.
years in Flint, Michigan, a big city cop.
well, he's been
That's not exactly Bayshore Boulevard, Flint, Michigan.
no. Detroit has its problems, its issues, RoboCop, all that stuff.
Yeah, right.
But
I was a big city cop too. Did 24 years at Houston Police Department.
looking back at it, I really appreciate that.
I just hope you give us a fair shot on YouTube.
Oh no!
Right.
They hear the information. I mean, they see us in here talking
Yeah.
cordially. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
understanding. I get a different impression of you, and you really look like if your officer was wrong. Now that I'm getting a different impression of you, you wouldn't go for it. If you're
No.
wrong, you're wrong. You right, you right.
That's it. That's it.
Because you did take time out to look at the video, both you and Captain Uno.
Right.
And if you thought something was
No.
curious or
I
needed to
wouldn't
be,
have invited you in here, right? I ain't gonna show him that. I've not got nothing to hide. Even if he did something wrong, I'd still show the video. I'd still show it to him. Got nothing to hide. Got nothing to hide.
right? I respect.
I love this profession too much to let somebody ruin it. To let an officer ruin the profession. Some people got to get out of the profession. There's bad in there for doctors, lawyers, cops.
Look, man, I'm sorry again for calling you an asshole.
No,
Damn,
I
my bad.
appreciate
I
it.
am because
I
you're
don't
a really
call that
cool
very
guy.
much.
You cool. You're
We both
decent.
got-
I
appreciate
haven't.
that.
Did I shake your? Thank you. I'm glad that y'all are over your personnel. I'm glad that you're over your personnel because if everybody had a chief and a captain like what's your name, sir?
Vasquez, you know what? Everybody calls me Chief Charlie. You want to call me Chief Charlie? That's just fine.
Like you, Chief Charlie, and Captain Uno, a lot of this stuff on CNN would be eliminated because,
Yeah.
I mean, because you can only do so much of how you're trained by your upper personnel, and these training classes that you have,
Yeah.
because that officer proved it. he wasn't
Cool,
quick.
collected?
Right, even though he got nervous when I jerked, he still maintained restraint. You know, and that's what people need
Let
because
me tell you, Mr. Crumley, officers do that every day, all day. You only hear about the ones that go bad. Right? That's it. This happens every day, all day. You know, the news doesn't report about a building that doesn't catch on fire, right? They only report the building that catches on fire, right? They only report on the bad stuff.
yeah, but I can tell your officers listen to you.
Yeah. I hope so.
You know, it's kind of like if they got aggressive and used excessive force,
They'd be gone.
right? And I think they know that. That's
I guess it started again.
that's what's separating you all from regular.
From some chiefs, yeah. Some of them.
Right. It's like y'all all work together to do and maintain the same goal. You know, and if he does that with his restraint, other officers, that's what. So
But I want you to understand, I'm not trying to get a department here where they say, hey man, the chief don't want to do it. No, I want a department where the other officers say, hey, we don't do that here. Where the other officers keep each other in check, right? That's not what we do at the Tampa
Right.
Airport Police Department. That's the kind of department that I want. When I'm in bed, cozy, warm at night, and I'm not here to fool
I
somebody.
feel bad, man.
That's what I want.
I
That's my.
you know, I should have came in here first to talk to you because you're not the type of guy I was assuming you were on the phone.